Hello, and welcome to this video on what's new in CloudCenter 4.2. CloudCenter is a cloud management platform that allows you to model, deploy, and manage your applications with administration and governance across applications, clouds, and users. Along with a couple of architectural improvements, overall, 4.2 focused on strengthening our solution as a foundational part of the DevOps and continuous delivery toolchain. With 4.2, it makes it even easier to use CloudCenter to automate deployments in any data center or cloud environment. This release marks an improved integration with configuration management tools. These configuration management tools can deploy one or more nodes in a multi-tier application profile. From the topology modeler, users can drag and drop fully functional Puppet and Chef services into an application profile, allowing users to set properties that include Chef organizations, recipes, and environments, or Puppet roles and environments. Next, to make utilizing pre-built content even easier in CloudCenter, it now supports Amazon S3, Artifactory, Puppet, and Chef as repository connections. Also, all of these writable repositories like S3 can also be used as a central repository for information while migrating applications from one deployment environment to another. The external service definition functionality allows users to extend Clicker out to connect to any type of service. In the service screen, there are now three option types: VM with Clicker Agent, VM without Clicker Agent, and external services with no VM launched. This allows users to model applications to core external services like shared databases, or even non-out-of-the-box platform services like AWS containers. Adding to the list of supported clouds, CloudCenter now supports Azure Pack, SoftLayer Bare Metal, vCenter 6 and the U1 update, along with Bracket Computing. Also, it's not listed here, but Azure Government is also a newly supported region, bringing our total to 9 Azure regions supported. If you're interested in using one of the new clouds and have already modeled your applications, you're in luck. You'll be able to deploy those applications to these new clouds or any of the other clouds we support without having to make any alterations to the application profile. Probably the most anticipated functionality of this release is the CI/CD project board, since it makes CloudCenter the first cloud management platform to integrate end-to-end project management with underlying infrastructure and application deployment automation. With the new functionality comes some new terms in the product, like CI/CD, which stands for Continuous Integration, Continuous Deployment, and is part of a well-defined DevOps process. We then have the project board, which is the screen in CloudCenter that displays the builds in context of the project. We also refer to the term phase, which talks about steps in the software development lifecycle, like development, test, and so on. And finally, a deployment, which is the latest software build installed on the CloudCenter deployed infrastructure. Generally speaking, the development process would start with an engineer making a code change, which updates the repository and then eventually gets pulled into a build tool. Once inside CloudCenter, you can see the new build in the project board, along with the project budget, which includes the current spend against that budget, all project phases available for you to see, as each of these phases is enabled with role-based access, the individual builds in the phase, and the state of the build, like if it needs an approval to move forward. Each of the phases is able to relate to a separate cloud or deployment environment. For more information on this new functionality, please check out the CI/CD video playlist in the YouTube card above. Other manage-related functionality includes the ability to define actions in an application profile to call it to external systems upon deployment of the application. This allows you to centrally create callouts to systems like ServiceNow to update the CMDB when the application is deployed, rather than setting it in each of the application profiles individually. And also being able to change the OS hostname on AWS deployed virtual machines. On the administration and governance side, CloudCenter now supports IAM authentication to AWS clouds and can use STS security tokens. Parent tenants can also now share tags, cloud accounts, and services with subtenants in order to allow groups to retain independence but more easily be able to use pre-built content. Reporting queries have been updated to run faster, and now you'll have the ability to save searches. Tenants can now be disabled or even deleted, and SAML-based activation profiles are now supported to onboard new users to CloudCenter. Finally, there are a couple of improvements to the architecture which are important to note. First is that CloudCenter deployments now support multiple managers. This is great functionality for geographically dispersed companies that want to have centralized management but want local to user manager servers to decrease latency to the user and deployment environment. Managers can now install Clicker with a main manager instance, and then federate other manager instances to it. This solution will survive even if there's momentary loss of connection from each other. Second is that the orchestrator and manager appliances can now be on CentOS 7 and RHEL 6 or 7. In summary, this release of CloudCenter gives you greater visibility into your DevOps projects, more advanced tools for modeling applications, and several more clouds to deploy to out of the box. If you're interested in other topics, please see our other videos, or to schedule a demo, go to clicker.com.